last season in 2024. I said we need a lot of pace, we need a lot of shooting power, and we need even more strength and height. That is this specimen in a nutshell. This is a guy that people are looking at and postulating to probably be a top 3 striker in the world in like 2-3 years. However, I need to make it very clear that both of these guys are gambles. That is also why I don't understand why I'm seeing so many people online fighting each other, and even throwing shots at Arteta and Arsenal and all of that, depending on which side they are on. I was actually going to make a video a few weeks ago saying I don't understand why, because so many people were attacking this guy and saying he's not good and already setting themselves up for toxicity. But now I've seen it has flipped, and now because it looks like this is who we're going to sign, people are now saying it for him. And I want to make it very clear, both of these guys are gambles. Can you see this page? There's no Samuel Eto'o here, there's no Henry here, there's no David Villa here, there's no Aguero, there's no Kane. Whoever you buy here, it's a flip of a coin. They can flop and they can pop. And I'm seeing too many people are just looking at his numbers and not looking at anything else and thinking that equals he's going to blow. Let me give you a short, lesson. Have you heard of this guy, Bas Dost? You probably don't. He played for Sporting Lisbon not too long ago. As you can see, this picture is in color, and he was a monster. However, before I go into his numbers, let me show you how he did in the Dutch league and in the German league. As you can see, he struggled. He was all right there, but he struggled. Very, very average strike. My man goes to Sporting Lisbon, 34 goals in 31 games, 27 in 30, 15 in 22. He explodes, and guess what? Nobody else signs him, even though he scores 76 in 84. Why is that? Because it's important to learn that you have to actually look at how somebody's skills are able to transfer from one environment to another. The fact that you are a beast in this angle doesn't mean you're going to be a beast there. There's a reason why the Portuguese league is not even a top 5 league in Europe. And with that being said, let us look at the last 10 Golden Boot winners in the Portuguese league and tell me which one of them would you have hoped and wished that your team bought. So here are the last 10 winners. As you can see, obviously Gyökeres has won the last 2. Taremi, no. Darwin Núñez was a monster in the Portuguese league. We've all seen how he has done in England. I don't need to say too much. Pedro Goncalves, average player, couldn't even make it for Wolves. Pizzi, nope. Taremi again. Carlos Vinicius couldn't literally even get a starting spot at Tottenham. Seferovic again, average okay player. Jonas, one of the banter era of Brazil. I've already talked about Bas Dost, and then Jonas again. That's the last 10 years of Golden Boot winners in Portuguese league. Why is that important? Remember, just because a lot of you that are arguing and shouting, you've not even watched. I always say, like me, I find it hard to make any definitive statements on anybody that I have not watched myself 90 minutes almost 10 times. Because I feel like that's when you can say, oh, you've watched a player, or at least, let's say 5, 6, 7 times. Most of you have never watched this guy 90 minutes multiple times, maybe like 2, 3 times in your life. Don't lie to yourself. You are not watching Sporting Lisbon versus Rio Ave or whoever. At best, you watch Sporting Lisbon twice in the Champions League or something. Don't deceive yourself. Those things are important, and that is what people who are spending hundreds of millions of pounds need to look at. It's easy for you to just be there and say, how are you not buying? How are you not buying? But to be fair, I also need to say the fact that somebody is coming from a better league in the German league also doesn't mean they're going to pop. We saw the Golden Boot winner Nkunku came to Premier League. Nonsense. We saw Werner, Golden Boot winner, came to Premier League. Trash. We saw Fulkrug came to Premier League. Nothing. So nothing is assured. Both of these people are gambles. So it makes less sense for you to then be shouting, I cannot believe they're about to waste. What are you talking about? This is not Henry, this is not Eto'o, this is not Villa, this is not Drogba. Like, calm it down. Secondly, you're just setting all of us up for more toxicity, because I can already see it. Let's imagine we buy Cesc now. If by mistake this guy goes the first 3-4 games and is not scoring, that's the all I'll just be hearing. Oh, you see, oh, it will just be noise, because people are only interested in being able to say I told you so, as opposed to supporting their club. Now, what is the difference in these two players? Well, Cesc is in pink, Gyökeres is in blue. As you can see, Gyökeres is just a killer, just a goalsman, just a goal scorer, no send anything. However, Cesc, as you can see, especially with his passes to the box, he's more of a player. He's actually a better dribbler, he's quicker, he can actually pass. And as you can see, that's actually a very big weakness in Gyökeres' game. Also, Gyökeres is not very good aerially, and obviously Cesc, who is 6'5", is much better than him. That's also important to remember, because this is how Arsenal scored a lot of our goals at like February this year. 44% of all our goals were headed. 44%. Now think about it. If 44% of your goals are headed, how safe is it that you have a striker that is not good with his head? Think about it. Everybody knows a set piece FC. All of a sudden, your striker is useless in that scenario. Think about it. I'm not saying that you have to get somebody that's like that, but I'm saying it's something to think about. Another thing is, again, when you're just looking at numbers, I don't know why people, like, you need context. Again, this is exactly what I was saying yesterday. Everything, information without context is nonsense. So people are saying, Cesc has only scored 14 and 13. It's not impressive. He's not going to be good. This is Isak's numbers before he came to the Premier League. This is his 3 seasons before he came to the Premier League. 9 goals, 17 and 6. And he played 32, 34, 37. So it's not as if he didn't play games. So if you had seen this, would you have said, that's a killer, that's a killer? Now, Arteta saw this, and this is why he wanted him. But the board were probably thinking like you, and they said, no, we cannot pay money for this person. This person is not good. Now, what happened when Isak came to the Premier League? Boom, back-to-back 20-plus goal seasons. So, again, you can't just be looking at numbers without the context of everything else and just using that to say, this is a good signing or this is a bad signing. It doesn't make sense. And I have one final point. A top scorer or a high-scoring striker doesn't mean your team scores more goals. I don't know why people don't understand that. A high scorer does not mean your team will score more goals. So there's much more that you need to also look at. It is a team sport, a team game.